and solve the great challenges of our time. We do it by embracing freedom and liberty. There may be no such thing as a free lunch, but this hour is as close as it gets. Welcome to A Free Solution.
Yes, it is Larry Sharp. So happy to be here with you at WYSL in Rochester, New York, WACK in Newark, New York, the cool Newark. Very happy to be here on A Free Solution. Usually I'm hosting the Sharp Way Show, which is like every night, like at 7, which is a cool show you should check out. But you should also call me here, 585-346-3000, and we can talk about what you want to talk about. Well, maybe what I want to talk about too. But, it'll be good. So what do I want to talk about? I want to tell you a story. It's a quick one. It won't drive you crazy at all. I remember years ago, I was in Berlin. Larry, why were you in Berlin? Well, for those of you who know my day job, when I'm not doing this cool stuff, I'm actually a business consultant. That's what I do. Train, teach, reorg, all that kind of cool stuff. And I was working for a company. I was a temporary officer in a public company that had offices throughout the world. One of those offices happened to be in Berlin. So I'm going there to assist and reorg the Berlin office. And I noticed something when I was outside in the evenings walking around. People had beer. They just had a beer. And you might say, what? Yeah. Walking around, people would have a beer or something outside. Now, in New York, a lot of the country, you can't do that. You can't have an open container outside. Oh my God, the world's going to end. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. There's someone outside drinking a beer, an open container. Everyone can see him. And nobody's dying. What? Nobody's robbing people. Oh my God, what's going on? It's not the zombie apocalypse if someone can have a beer outside. Oh my God. So I thought, And it made me think about when I was a kid. And I never understood when I was a kid. There was a saying we had where I lived in the Bronx. Somebody, almost always it was a male, who was drunk outside all the time. We used to call him a wino. And it's probably not a good term now, probably a bad term now. But that was a term we used. As kids, we ran around the 70s. It was, oh, that's so-and-so. He's a wino. And that means that you were someone who would drink all day and be laying around in the park drunk. Why? Because you'd buy cheap wine or cheap beer and you couldn't have it outside. So you put it in a paper bag. So the cops couldn't tell that it was alcohol and they had no probable cause to hassle you. And I thought, did this help? Like, I didn't see that many winos. In fact, I saw none in Berlin. But I remember seeing them as a kid. And it was against the law here. What? A law didn't stop behavior? What? I can't believe that. Yeah, it didn't. Why would I think about that story? Because now in New York State, there's no more of the to-go alcohol. Remember they had rescinded that law? You could take the alcohol to go in New York because they wanted to help out the restaurants. So you could take your alcohol to go. If you like a margarita or a beer or whatever the thing was, they'd give it to you. You'd pay your money and you'd walk outside with it like a responsible adult. I know, crazy, right? It's insane. And so then what happened? Drunk people started killing people? No. Drunk people started robbing people? No. Kids decided they were going to all of a sudden start drinking to death? No. You know what actually happened? bars and restaurants made more money. That's what actually happened. That's why they rescinded the law. That was the whole purpose. They rescinded the law so that people can make more money during this tough time of the lockdown. But Larry, there was an increase in crime. That's true. And here's what I'm 100% true of. I'm sorry, 100% sure of. It's not because I could grab a beer if I wanted to and walk down the street. Guaranteed not that. Because other cities already had that and no spike in crime. So not that. You might go, Larry, you just want to get drunk. Guys, I don't drink. I'm the squarest guy in the room. Well, except for Mormons, I would say. Mormons don't use caffeine. I do use caffeine. Otherwise, I don't do any drugs. Anything. Not alcohol, nothing. I'm totally square. And proud of it, by the way. Proud of being square. And now we're going back. And I'll now add insult to injury. Not only are we now saying, oh, you can't do the to-go booze anymore, but we're going to let you know with 24 hours notice. This was last week. Now, I could have done it last week, but yeah. They just said, no, 24 hours, no. What are you going to do with all that booze you bought? You bought tons of booze. It's sitting in your basement now or in your back room or your closet. What are you going to do with all the inventory? Yeah. Now you got to eat that. This goes back to the problem that we have constantly. People in government that have no idea how business works. I'm not saying you want to only have a business person as a leader. Not saying that. It would be nice if the person in charge has some business experience. That'd be nice. Doesn't have to be a business person, not even an owner. It'd be nice to have experience. And if you don't have experience, it'd be nice in your inner circle to have people who have business experience. But we don't have that in New York State. We have people who only have government experience. They have no idea how business works. And how that when you pass a law or change a law or shift something within 24 hours, that's hard on a business. Don't get me wrong. We shouldn't have the law in the first place. And rescinding it was a good idea. But if you're going to put it back into place, you got to give them like a week or two, something, 30 days, so they can dump all their alcohol or change their business model or something. I mean, they literally have a business model where they're selling alcohol out of a window, which is not a bad thing and can be changed, but give them a chance. We didn't do that at all. We said, that's the law. You might say, Larry, come on. It's alcohol. They'll get over it. They already got beat up for a year and a half, and now you had to punch them again? They're on the floor. Stop kicking them. They've surrendered. They're doing everything you tell them to do. You have beaten them into submission. Stop punching. Just stop punching. You've won the war. You have to shoot the prisoners. And this is where we are. But maybe you don't care. Okay. I'm going to go to someplace else. It's a similar idea that we haven't fixed. Certificates of need. What does that mean? That means when I want to open up a hospital or medical facility or doctor's office, I got to have permission from the state. And the state decides how many hospital beds I can have, I should have, where I can put them. So what that ensures is that only the cronies win, which is New York State's motto, crony capitalism. We are the champs. That's what we do. But more importantly, when COVID hit last year, one of the things we complained about was, oh my God, we don't have enough hospital beds. And our Lord Master, His Majesty, King Andrew Cuomo II, he said, we've only got 50,000 beds, blah, 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 blah. Who's in charge of the beds? Well, that would be you. You're the one, Your Majesty, Your Grace. You're the one. You won't let us have more hospital beds. But if you got rid of certificates of need, we could build them out as we see fit, whenever we want to, as much as we want. They might say, well, Larry, it's okay, because he is super smart and super cool. He wrote a book on how awesome his leadership is, so clearly he's a great leader. So I bet now we got tons of beds. Guess how many beds we got now? 50,000. Didn't move up even one. Same amount of beds. Change nothing. So don't change the beds that keeps New Yorkers safe. But damn it, you are not gonna have a beer out in the park. No, you won't. I will show you. And I'm not even gonna let you sell one because you're a child. That's our state. But we can change that. There are solutions. 100%. That's why this show is called A Free Solution. Yes, Larry Sharp here, WYSL, A Free Solution. I will have your comments and your calls. 585-346-3000. Back after the break.
COVID did not get into the nursing homes by people coming from hospitals. COVID got into the nursing homes by staff walking into the nursing home.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
The Finger Lakes Castle team is in its 7th decade of factory direct service to the service professional. From cleaning the ins and outs of your vehicle to keeping you on the road, Castle's got you covered. Castle makes streak-proof glass cleaner, FDA-registered sanitizers, and EPA-registered hospital-grade disinfectants. Remember, when you need to keep it clean, use what the pros use. Castle. Accept no substitutes.
Castle keeps it clean.
A message from the National Police Association. It used to be that any able-bodied person would offer to assist a police officer in danger. Now, passers-by are more likely to take a video. There's a better use for your phone when an officer's in trouble. Call 911. Tell the operator where you are and what you see. Then, start your video to provide evidence later. To learn more about how you can assist law enforcement, visit nationalpolice.org. That's nationalpolice.org.
Why do businesses choose?
We have Craig from Clinton.
Wix and Squarespace to
You're welcome.
Tech Innovations. Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution.
I'll play another
They
Cuomo
just
clip.
like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
If you are upset by what we have done, be upset at me. County executive did not do this. The village mayor did not do this. The city mayor did not make these decisions. I made these decisions. It's not your local elected official. I know they cause disruption. I know people are upset. I know businesses will be hurt by this.
I know too. I'm totally with you, Your Majesty. I know too, 100%. The funny part is, when you were writing your book and things were going well, you were all about, this is me, because I'm the tough guy. You were that guy. But then all of a sudden, when people were in trouble, you're like, I didn't put them in nursing homes. That's when it was the workers who came in. They did it. He all of a sudden started pointing his finger. You heard what he said. He said, COVID didn't come into the nursing homes because of the people that I sent to their deaths. No. What happened was these mean workers came in. The people who spend their lives taking care of people at their worst. Those mean people who get paid horribly to deal with issues that we don't want to deal with. Those terrible people. It's them. They brought it in. Because you know what people who deal with the elderly and sick people in nursing homes are? Selfish. Yep. That's them. That's exactly who they are. Of course. Clearly, I'm being sarcastic. I'm sure someone's going to clip this and make me a bad guy. But obviously, I'm being sarcastic. It's embarrassing how bad he is. But I'm not embarrassed because I'm here on a free solution. WYSL, Rochester, New York, and WACK in the cool Newark, New York, 585-346-3000. And someone was paying attention. I do have a call. I want to grab, if I could, Craig from Clinton.
Hi, Larry. How are you?
What's going on, sir?
Oh, just calling because you got talking about the certificate of need, and I got triggered because we have the hospital in Utica here. And
yes.
I know you haven't done your full sharp yet this year, but if you get here, you're going to love it, man. It covers up the whole city, and it's wrapped in garbage bags and plastic to keep the wind out. And it's just a really nice looking situation. Unfortunately,
we basically replaced about 30 some odd businesses with the equivalent of a dump.
Yes. Yep. Tax-free. Those businesses were paying taxes, land taxes, property taxes, city tax, county tax, all that stuff. And then the hospital tax-free. It's urban planning. Someone sat in an office. They said, you know what Utica needs? A hospital. You know what it doesn't need? These mom and pops. And it's just like you said with a certificate of need, it's picking the winners and the losers.
Absolutely. So government decided, not even local people, as you know, a lot of local people were way, way against this. And all the local businesses, the 30 some odd businesses, for those who don't know, Utica is a city in central New York. And they had to have a hospital put downtown because the government said it has to happen. And they used eminent domain and literally swiped away about 30 or 40 businesses plus residences. Gone. Go away.
And a church, and a church, and a home for boys. A home for disadvantaged boys. A lot of stuff down there. And they said, oh, it's for all the poor people and all the downtrodden. And then they bulldozed everything that actually helped the poor and the downtrodden.
Yes,
just like it always
that's literally
happened.
what happened. That's literally what. For those who don't know, that's literally what happened. Yes.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but Brett's still fighting it. Brett Truitt, he's still working on it. Not the hospital, but now the battle's over the parking garage. They're not done trying to steal stuff through eminent domain. Now they need a parking garage. So the battle's still going. He's still got his anchor house there, and he's still trying to fight him.
Let's be clear. What's more important, your home or a garage? Clearly, a garage is far more important. And what are property rights? Who cares about those? Right?
They only exist if the government says so.
That's because sadly, it's correct. A lot of people got mad at me when I said here in New York, we don't have any rights. We have privileges. And the government decides when they will give us privileges. And people get triggered when I say that. But I've got the evidence on my side.
Yeah.
The evidence is on my side, not the other side.
Yeah. He literally said, the clip you just played, be mad at me. I took this away. I did this.
Yes.
I am the state. I am your ruler.
Yes. I am your God. You will do as I say. 100% true. He's not even hiding it.
No, kind of tangentially on that. I'm starting to see a wave here of COVID again. People that have gotten vaccinated. I've seen a couple of my friends on Facebook post that they caught the COVID after getting vaccinated. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to get locked down again. I didn't know what your thoughts were on that.
We might. I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, I would not put it past him. Whatever he feels is going to get him elected is what he's going to do.
I'm a little bit concerned about it because everyone's getting a little bit too happy, right? And I think they're almost going to play that. Like, see what happiness gets you? Nothing. Like, you must suffer.
I love that. How dare my peasants be happy? They can't be happy at all. Punish them all. That's very good.
Yeah, so I didn't know if you saw that or not, but I've seen a few of my Facebook friends that were like, yeah, I got the vaccine. And they said, wear your mask. They said, see, it doesn't work. Wear your masks. And I'm like, okay, so we're just going to get vaccinated.
My point actually isn't whether you get COVID or not. And I don't mean to be negative on this. I'm not trying to put COVID down at all. It's a real thing. But getting COVID isn't what I care about. I care, are you hospitalized? Is there a problem? Just because you got COVID, so what? Lots of people got COVID. Famously, Bill Maher got COVID, and they literally had to shut down his show for 2 weeks because of his rules. But he said he had no symptoms, nothing, because he had the vaccine. You can still pop positive for COVID when you have the vaccine. You just can't give it to anybody, and there's no symptoms. So why do I care? In theory, I hope we all get COVID as long as you don't have symptoms. This way we can be immune to COVID. Why would I care?
Yeah, I think you nailed it there. The goal at the start of this was let's make sure no one ever gets COVID ever again. And that's literally impossible. And I think that's still where we're at. We haven't accepted that it's going to happen. So that's why I'm worried about the lockdowns. Like, see, people are getting COVID again. We got to stop it no matter what.
I'm hoping no lockdowns because there's so much damage. It's too far.
I agree. I don't know if they'll try it this soon either. You know, they might realize that people aren't going to go for that.
Yeah, he might wait to see how the polling is. If his polling's bad, he might punish everyone for not voting for him in the polls. Could be that.
We'll see. Poll out. Yeah, he'll put a Sienna poll out.
That's good. Craig, thanks so much for the call, brother.
Yes, thank you.
Have a good one. Let me grab a couple of comments if I could. Sam says, in New Orleans, people can get daiquiris to go. I think the rule for driving was if a daiquiri had a straw wrapper on it, it was not considered an open container. Oh, it's not a bad idea. I'd rather just be able to drink if you want to, but it's fine. Torrance says, Larry's the coolest square. Thank you. What's that song? Hip to be square? Remember, that's me, right? There we go. Sam then says, can we sing We Are the Cronies to the tune of We Are the Champions? That's not bad. We are the cronies, my friend. Yeah, I might say We Are the Cronies, my liege. So, because I'm singing to the king. Maybe. But yeah, that could work. Sandra says, citizens need to learn the difference between a law and a policy. Progressivism causes paralysis. A license or permit is a right that was stolen and sold back to you. You know, I'm not sure that's only progressivism, but yes, which is why I would like our licensing turned into credentialing. I hear it all the time. I don't mind the government having standards that the government believes is the right standards. It's fine. I'm happy for them to create that. I'm happy for the government to be a central repository for information. You can do what you want, but if you want a government stamp, you got to follow government guidelines. You don't care? You don't care. If you care, you do it. If the public cares, you'll do it because the public won't go to you unless you have it. There is a solution. That's a free solution. Yeah, it is. Larry Sharp, a free solution. WYSL, 585-346-3000. Back after the break.
Now it's Dan Bongino, weekday afternoons.
WYSL.
AM 1040 Avon, Rochester, FM 92.1 Rochester, and FM 95.5 Spencerport.
Here's the News 10 NBC forecast on WYSL. For today, we're going to see the chance for an isolated storm through the morning hours and into the afternoon. Otherwise, partly cloudy, hot and humid with a high temperature of 88 expected. It's going to feel like the 90s throughout the afternoon as well. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies expected, low temperature of 68, and it remains humid. And then finally, as we go into Wednesday, we're going to see a high temperature of 85. Humid conditions remain with a chance for an isolated storm. I'm meteorologist Alex Bielfeld from News 10 NBC on the WYSL stations.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovation should be your first call. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Spring is here, and even warmer weather's finally on the way. To get the best out of summer, think Springwater Amish Workshop, helping you enhance your outdoor spaces. Springwater Amish Workshop has just received a new shipment of double kiln-dried, organically pressure-treated lawn and deck furniture. Gliders, folding Adirondack chairs, picnic tables, and benches will spruce up your lawn for family celebrations and get-togethers. Springwater Amish Workshop has all the decorative touches to make your yard distinctive, including wishing wells, lighthouses, windmills, and footbridges. Gazebo time is here. And of course, they specialize in storage buildings in the size you want, painted the colors you want, and placed just where you need it. Get the best quality, best warranty, best service, best selection. Get yours ordered today to avoid delay. Springwater Amish Workshop, 7936 Route 15 in Springwater. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit springwateramishworkshop.com or visit them on Facebook. Call 585-669-9710.
Summertime means new good weather adventures with a little help from Victor Chevrolet. Make memories this summer in your 2021 Equinox all-wheel drive LS. Lease it for just $269.95 per month for 39 months. Or enjoy the versatility of a tough and roomy 2021 Trailblazer LS front-wheel drive. Lease for only $179.95 a month for 39 months. You could haul plenty of people and cargo in your 2021 Chevy Silverado 1500 custom double cab pickup. Lease it for just $389 a month for 36 months. All these deals include all applicable factory rebates, incentives, and discounts. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents for each additional mile. $2,500 cash or trade. First payment, tax, acquisition, bank, and DMV fees due at signing for all leases. Lessee responsible for repair and maintenance. Security deposit is waived. Must have existing lease and household. Tier 1 credit approval required. And all deals end 7/31/2021. Victor Chevy needs your trade. Find new roads at Victor Chevrolet, Route 96 in Victor. Visit victorchevrolet.com.
Hey, grab a pen. I'm going to give you a phone number I hope you never have to call. The number for attorney Christopher Johnson. Chris handles car and motorcycle accident cases and DWIs and serious personal injury cases. So if there's an accident or anything else, this is the number you want in your glove compartment. You ready? Here's the number, 585-415-3803. 415-3803. You'll want that handy because suddenly, at that time, you'll be getting lots of, quote, advice. With this number in hand, you know you'll have experience on your side and integrity and individual attention to your case. So forget the singing jingle phone numbers, the actors playing ex-clients, bragging about their $1 million settlements. Just remember the number for Christopher Johnson, attorney. We hope you never have to call. 585-415-3803. 415-3803. Stay safe, be healthy, drive sober. Christopher Johnson, attorney, personal injury, car or motorcycle accidents, DWI defense. Good to know.
Hear that? Opportunity isn't just knocking, it's pounding at the door. It's opening for you at Woodcliff Hotel and Spa. Now looking for great, motivated associates focused on career growth and personal development for numerous positions in their renovated, luxurious facility. When you join Rochester's premier Woodcliff team, get up to $2,000 in bonuses, including an immediate $300 sign-on bonus for hourly associates.
Coming back.
96% of employees said they were proud to work at Woodcliff in a 2020 survey. Go to woodcliffjobs.com and apply today.
A free solution.
It is Larry Sharp here on A Free Solution. And you might say to yourself, wow, I like listening to you, Larry Sharp. I hope you do. You should also know that this show is on every day. It is. And we have cool people like Kevin Wilson's on, the awesome Tim O'Connor. And we sometimes get Andrew Hollister on here too. Yeah, we do. Andrew, if you're listening, better get yourself on here. Been late. Come on now. You get back on. So we do have people coming back on here. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube, A Free Solution. And you can follow me, Larry Sharp, The Sharp Way, on all the interweb things. Twitter, YouTube, all those things. Enjoy. That's amazing. But right now, I'm here. WYSL, Rochester, New York. WACK, the cool Newark, New York, 585-346-3000. Many of you know I live in New York City. So when I walk around the city, there are sometimes I'll be walking around the city and I'll smell somebody smoking weed. It's no big deal now. Someone smoking weed. All right, whatever. Usually it's outdoors, right? Not in someone's house. Usually when I smell it. And it could be daytime, nighttime, whatever. I smell it. So it's basically legal and acceptable to smoke weed outside. But you can't have a beer. Just think about that. You can't have a beer. Are we IDing people when we see them smoke weed? Do we go, are you 21? Are we doing that? No. Well, we caught them for beer, but not for weed. I'll go one step further. Say it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're partying with your friends. I'm too old for that now. Sorry, I am. But okay, you're doing that. That's your thing. You want to smoke some weed? You do it. What if you want to have a beer? Well, you can't. Because we're getting rid of 24-hour drinking. Why? They're actually thinking about bringing it back now in New York City. That you can now keep your bar or club open 24 hours if you want to. There's no last call. Why is there a last call? Well, Larry, it's safe. Great. So that means DUIs are gone because you can't drink after 2? Just means you now get on the road at 2. I guess it does let the cops know when a lot of people are on the road drunk. Maybe I guess that's an advantage. But in theory, you can make that time anytime then, couldn't you? You can make it 4, 6, midnight. As long as the cops know. What difference would it make? But more importantly, why in the world does the government decide when an establishment needs to open or close, or when and how it can sell alcohol? The exception of age restrictions, obviously, right? I mean, I don't want minors getting hammered. I agree with that. I'm fine with that. But otherwise, you're an adult. You want to drink. Again, I'm the square. I don't drink. But people drink. They enjoy it. Why does it matter if it's midnight, 6 p.m., or 4 a.m.? We're trying to control yet again. And COVID had some good opportunities. A whole lot of bad, but some good opportunities. Ending certificates of need that we talked about before. Rescinding this silly, licensing versus credentialing that Senator talked about, right? Stopping the rules on drinking, on not being able to drink outside. What do you care? And something else. Letting adults decide when and how they want to drink, when they want to drink. Are you now going to say you can't smoke cannabis after 2? Are you going to say you can't smoke cannabis after a certain time or something? Of course not. You should be able to do what you feel is appropriate. But Larry, if we pass these laws, then we'll stop the bad drinking. I know people think that. But I would ask you, have you noticed a really huge increase in fireworks recently? I have. I think you probably have too if you're in New York. I mean, you may not if you're not in New York. It may be the normal for you. But it's a big difference in New York. Huge in New York City. Like, literally, I went outside and I thought there was fog because there was so much smoke from fireworks wafting down the street. I thought I moved to London. I thought all of a sudden I got caught in a wormhole and I went to London. I thought I was pretending I was Doctor Who and I was in London because all the fog came rolling in down my street here in Queens. But it wasn't that. It was all the smoke from fireworks. But fireworks, Larry, in New York, they're illegal. They are. That's true. Totally illegal. You can't have fireworks here. You got to be like the fire department or something or whatever. You got to have some special permit. I just triggered Sandra. Right? You got to have some kind of special permit to do fireworks. You regular people can't do fireworks because you'll kill yourselves. That'll happen. And it might. I'm not saying it won't. But we can't have fireworks. But there's tons of fireworks. Wait a minute. You're saying prohibition doesn't work? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's never worked. It just doesn't work. God tried it in the Garden of Eden. Didn't work. I'm not better than God. I don't think you are either. Just saying. Doesn't work. You have to get people to not want to do it. You have to change an environment to not want to do it. Particularly with young people. They're rebellious naturally. Particularly with them. I mean, ornery guys like me are also rebellious, but more youth than the old guys like me, right? More youth. So it isn't going to work. Fireworks are everywhere. Drinking is everywhere. Cannabis is everywhere. So, Larry, should there be no laws? Of course there should be laws. There should be laws when you hurt somebody, when you take their stuff, when you stop them in some way, when you take their rights away. Of course there should be laws to stop you from infringing on someone else's life, someone else's liberty, someone else's property. Yeah. But if you want to fire off fireworks, I mean, unless you're throwing them in someone's backyard or something, I guess that's bad. But why do I care? Doesn't work anyway. That's the worst part. So what was New York City's answer? Because it's a problem. People are upset. Fireworks all night long. What are we going to do? So, of course, what they said was, we need a special fireworks task force. I'm not joking. So let's defund the police, and then let's create a special fireworks task force. I'm not joking. You might go, Larry, you got to be kidding me. No. Let's defund the police, and then let's make a special fireworks division. Because that makes sense. So that's what we want to do. And someone else is like, we got to stop the importation. Because that'll work. People try to stop drugs from coming into New York City. People in prison get drugs. There's literally multiple walls around the prison. Armed guards along those walls and at every gate and door. Bars on the windows. People in jail get drugs. You're going to build a wall around New York City? 2 walls? People with guards? Stop firecrackers from coming in? Do we understand the silliness of this? Do we get that if we simply have a better society and we talk to each other more and we care about each other more, then I'm not going to be throwing my M80s in your backyard. And if I do throw my M80s in your backyard, I'm a jerk. I'm affecting your property. The cops should come. They should. I shouldn't mess with your property. I shouldn't. I shouldn't mess with your life. I should leave you alone. Unless you want to come over and blow up some fireworks, let's do it then. All good. It may seem minor, and I know you might be thinking that it's kind of minor. And fireworks is. And I picked that on purpose because fireworks is usually one time of year. Here or there, people do it outside, but most of the time it's just one time a year. But the concept is the same. From fireworks to alcohol to cannabis to hospitals. The concepts are the same. Government should exist to protect your rights. That's what it should do. Protect your rights and let you live your life to the best of your ability. Even if you make a mistake. Because even with all the laws we have, we still make mistakes. And even with all the laws we have, people still do bad things. So let's worry about the hard part, which is changing culture, change the environment. Better environment, better people. That's a free solution. Larry Sharp, here on A Free Solution, 585-346-3000. Back after the break.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to Simple Tech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Hi, my name is Ryan Bourne.
And I'm Danica Bourne.
And we're the owners of South Coast Tax. We would like to thank our Lord for protecting us from evil. Psalm 91 states, "He is my refuge and my fortress, for he will rescue us from every trap and protect us from deadly disease."
South Coast Tax are Christian-based tax accountants and attorneys who specialize in releasing bank levies, wage garnishments, and filing complex tax returns. We are the leaders in acceptance of offers and compromise with awesome results.
We are also a small firm who will treat you like family and not just a number.
Call us today at 1-800-TAX-1176 for a free consultation, and we'll take the time to explain all of the programs that you qualify for in order to allow you a fresh start.
In John 8:36, so if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. And one way we can achieve that is by being debt-free. So let us help you today. Call us at 1-800-TAX-1176, and together we can help achieve this goal by putting the IRS tax debt behind you for good. Again, that number is 1-800-TAX-1176.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
a free solution.
Yes, Larry Sharp is back here on WYSL, Rochester, New York, WACK, the cool Newark, New York. Happy to be here. A free solution. Also host of the Sharp Way Show. Thank you for following me and giving me a chunk of your afternoon. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. The thing I've been bringing up here has been about freedom, as always. But there's something a little bit, I guess, bigger I want to bring up. And it's about the idea of how do we become happy? I bring it up often. Happiness and safety aren't always the same thing. They can be. But you have to decide that, not me. If safety is where you want to be and what you care about, you should be able to select that and choose that. And people change throughout their life. Sometimes you are heavily concerned about safety. And sometimes you're more worried about glory and risk and fun. And you decide that. And that's the critical piece. Because happy people are better people. Happy people don't commit crimes. Happy people don't hurt others. Happy people grow families and businesses. I know it sounds cheesy, but happiness is literally in our Declaration of Independence. Our divorce papers from the UK have happiness in them because it matters. And we should care about that. I had to bring that up. Let me grab a couple comments if I could. See here. Joey says, no state official has the right to make anyone have medical procedures or know one's medical history. I feel like that's changing, Joey. Now, okay, I should be clear on that. You are correct. But our government is changing. How about that? Maybe that's a better way of looking at it. I agree with you completely. But I feel like our government's changing. And I also feel like our society is jumping on the government's side. They're kind of being like, yeah, I should decide what's right for Joey. Because we're the people and we should decide. I think our culture is going there. And that's why I keep talking about changing environment and culture. When the people finally go, you know what? No, I shouldn't be telling Joey what procedure he should have because I don't want you guys telling me what I should have. And if we just think that simply, I think we'll change our society. But right now we're afraid. It's a big problem, Joey. Larry says, Larry has not gone to Old Orchard Beach. Is that Maine? Where you get so much smoke along the beach. There we go. I have to go there, I guess. Thank you. Sandra literally says, government is in place to protect our rights, not grant them. Thank you, Sandra. Sadly, too many Americans don't get that. Buddha says, what is the difference between fireworks and ammunition? It's a good question. Well, look, clearly, you know, in my view, what do I care how much ammunition you have? Enjoy. Do what you feel is appropriate. But I guess government has to make a distinction, right? I guess it has to. If government has to make a distinction, I think fireworks are, it is the intent, right? Fireworks are intended for entertainment only. Ammunition's intended to be part of a weapons delivery system. So I think there's a difference in intent. I think that's how you differentiate it. But would I say you all of a sudden can't have ammunition? No. Is there? Oh, wow. You may have come up with something. There's actually worse restrictions on fireworks than ammunition? Yes. However, if you use your ammunition in the streets, there's a whole lot bigger penalty than if you use the illegal fireworks in the streets. And while I don't like people using fireworks in the streets, we're world's not going to end. I don't like it. I'd rather use fireworks on your own property and not go on public property for that stuff. I'd rather you not. The world's not going to end, though. But using ammunition, public property, that's a problem. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. That's a problem. So I think that's where we go, right? The laws are actually stricter, I think, in theory on fireworks, but the penalty is way different. And the outcome, I mean, realistically, what's the worst thing that happens if you mess up with fireworks? Very few people die. I'm not saying they aren't injured. I mean, people lose fingers. They lose the use of their arms sometimes, lose an eye. Damage to their face. Stuff does happen. Fireworks can mess you up, but it's not a bullet. It's definitely different. Or bullets. So, hope that answers your question at least. So, yeah, that's the point that I kind of wanted to bring up, right? If you're going to be using fireworks, you probably should be using them on your property. Kind of makes more sense, right? So, Joey's not done. He says, has anyone asked another publicly if they have AIDS or STDs to get into a store, arenas, etc.? Well, in theory, they're not. I mean, you've got to have intimate contact for AIDS and STDs, right? In theory, you could catch COVID through just breathing. You can't catch AIDS and STDs through breathing, right? I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I don't think that's true. There's a difference. It's different. I get your point, Joey. I do. I get your point completely, right? AIDS was an epidemic too. Many STDs have been throughout history epidemics, but they've almost always been through intimate contact, where COVID doesn't have to be that. But a lot of it is, though. It's a good point. A lot of it is. I'm not sure. I'm a little trapped on that one. Your point stands, Joey. I do there's a difference, though. So Tim O'Connor says, thanks for the shout out, Larry Sharp. Guys, again, the show is on every day at noon on WYSL. You can enjoy us and call in 585-346-3000. The last piece I want to bring up here, if I could, is allowing people to make their decisions, even when you don't like those decisions, which I think you hear me say constantly, almost every show. I am talking about rights and freedoms that I don't personally engage in. I don't have a firearm. I live in New York City. I'm asking you to go to jail if I buy one. But you should be able to have one. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. But you should be able to do so. This is the biggest piece. The reason why I wear my libertarianism on my sleeve. The reason why I'm so proud to be a libertarian is because when I ran for governor, and as I talk now, I'm always talking not about don't tread on me. No, that's not my flag. My flag is don't tread on anyone. Don't tread on anyone. I want to make sure your rights are protected. I want mine protected too. And if I help you, maybe you'll help me. That's a real solution. Larry Sharp, a free solution. Thank you for giving me a chunk of your afternoon. I will see you next week.